So if you want to know more about me, just go into Icy Carrot. You can look at my Spotify. I'm actually verified on Spotify, and you can go and listen to my. I only have one song up because that's the only song I've dropped under this artist name, because I've had other artist names, and I have more music under those names. They're also verified. So if you go and look up Batman Music, you'll find like 2 whole albums. And I'm basically there on I'm there on under Batman Music, so that's my other artist name. And so, but if you look up my current artist name, which is Icy Carrot, go look up Icy Carrot, and there's gonna be one song right there. Go check it out. It has a few thousand views. And so if you look at it, I get paid for it. Thanks, please. You can stream it, put it on repeat. As much as you can do. That's the best for me. And I usually don't receive my money until 4 or 5 months from beyond, even more, probably like half a year. So if you stream my stuff right now, I probably won't receive that money until next year, which is 2020, January, February, whatever, and it just keeps on going. It keeps on going like that, so the more you can help me, please go and listen to my music, and listen to my podcast and whatever. This podcast is brought to you by nobody. I'm the only person here. I'm doing this all by myself, and the only person that I understand can do this podcast with me is not here right now. And so I'm not really tripping, And so right now I feel like right now what I want to do is I want to get out of here, first of all, because I'm in the spot where I don't feel as safe, as if I was in a familiar place, kind of like at home, or kind of like in my own neighborhood. I kind of feel like a little out of place here, but it's cool because I'm here in the city, and there's a lot of people around me, and I know that nothing bad is gonna happen, obviously, But sometimes you can just get that feeling, like there's something that's gonna happen. But I think that's just anxiety. I don't know if people can feel that, understand that. But that anxiety kind of feels like shit, So, whatever. What else is there to talk about? There's what's up with people that drive with let's say you have one of your bumpers and shit. Let's say you have one of your bumpers, one of your bumpers is sticking out, or it's falling, almost falling to the ground. Why don't you put a screw on that? Anybody, just come and tell me, why don't you put a screw on a body part, or if your car's falling apart, why don't you screw that thing up a little bit, or get a drill, or get some screws and screwdriver and just start screwing, start screwing stuff into, start screwing stuff into together. Well, a lot of the times here, what happens is that a lot of people are just basically, like I say, faded. Faded, faded. And I have a song called Faded, so I know what faded means. And I'm pretty faded right now, so I could definitely tell you that I know what faded means, Before I got faded, I told myself I was going to do something, and guess what happened? I didn't do it because I got faded. And this tends to happen a lot when you get faded. So most of the times that I get faded, I'm faded. I'm not just faded, I'm faded. And so, that's double faded. That's a two faded, So I'm two faded. Some crazy shit. Well, usually, I was able to I want to say that I was able to how can you say this? When you could just, see what's wrong with yourself and kind of fix it. You never try to do that? Try to fix yourself? I know I have. Because I told myself so many times, today I told myself so many times that I was going to roll, if I was going to roll a blunt, I was going to roll a whole, fuck. I literally fucked up, and I don't have any blunt rolls left. And so that's a whole fucking problem for me. For me, that's a whole problem. But I'm just gonna smoke this blunt that's left over right here. Usually I would just go to Wingstop, but now I'm gonna go to Wingstop and Yogurtland. So I'm gonna get myself, some yogurt and some wings. And so I don't have any sponsors, so I could literally say whatever I want right now. But what I want to do is that I want to be able to have sponsors where people, like hire me to, like kind of like shout out or like say something about their business or their certain product, and kind of like sell it to the people while they just give me like a small flat fee, and whatever they make is on their own, and stuff like that, kind of like a commercial, like. Do you really think that, UFC gives a fuck about, like, Budweiser or whatever fucking promotion they have? Like, they don't give a fuck, because that's just gonna, this is a whole different thing. But, they work together, and they do things, and, that's how they come to, that's how they come to do shit, And so, it is what it is, man. I'm obviously, right now, I'm trying to smoke, because I have some weed to smoke. So I could either smoke some weed right now and smoke some weed tomorrow, or, just smoke weed right now. Usually I have weed for hella days. But right now is not one of those times, because what happened currently right here in LA, well, what's been happening here in LA, a lot of construction for the LAFC, or like, I forgot where they're always making new stuff here in LA. But there's some construction going on. I just can't. I don't even know what they're talking about. I don't even know what construction is going on. But I know there's some construction going on. I can't go to my shop. The shop that I go to, no, they said nope. Oh, sorry, I'm getting hot right now. And so the shop that they told me to go to, it's kind of like non-existent no more. I kind of go and it's like closed, And so I go every day, and it still has that sign up. It still has everything. It still has, but it's just closed. And I kind of know some girls from there, So I kind of feel like, I kind of want to. I'm kind of curious, kind of like what's going on. But it's cool, A lot of times people might not know what's going on. But, or what they're supposed to do at a certain thing, or what they're, here to do, or like, why are they here? Or a certain, like, a conscious person might not be conscious of, like, what they're doing. But whatever, I want to get over this podcast, because I feel like it's a good time to go right now. I'm currently smoking a blunt. And what else am I doing, Well, I'm trying to take some questions, some fan questions, and whatever you guys want to do, just answer answer this, in the comment. If you have a question, just ask me, whatever it is, What do you think about this? What do you think about that? I'll tell you straight up, I'm about to keep it real, shit. I'm not on the front. I'm gonna tell you what's up, Like I told my mom, I'm still smoking right now. Like I told my mom, she always used to trip, when I used to smoke. And now she see me smoking, she don't give a fuck. She's just like, oh shit, you're smoking, whatever. It is what it is, you know. And I want to end this podcast by saying this, you know? Like, sober people, they mean people smoking while doing shit that, like, sober smokers or, like, smokers that are, like, smoking or sober people, but they smoke. Like, they'll be doing the same thing. Like, they'll be playing basketball and shit. They'll be playing fucking soccer and shit. They'll be out here, you know, where they'll be out here in these escapes. And I call these, like, escapes. In my own literature, you know, my own literary terms, I call this shit escapes, you know? Like, stuff you do to escape from, like, you know, escape from, like, whatever it is that you don't like, you know? Escape from, like, you know, you go to school, you hate school, you go and escape and you play soccer, you know? So now you're glad to go to school, you know, because you play soccer, you know? And stuff like this, you know, like, you know, you're glad to go to work because, you know, you have a family. And, you know, you're glad to do this because of that, you know, and this and that, you know. You just go out there, you know, do what you gotta do. I would say that this, like, smoking would be kind of like an escape. Not an escape, but kind of like a cozy little spot where you're just chilling and thinking about stuff that you would think about normally, even if you weren't high, you know? So a lot of people would like to think about weed like a thought inducing like drug, you know, like it makes you think stuff that's like not even there, you know. It's like it makes you pay attention to stuff. And well, I'm not sure about, you know, if it's good for everyone. Well, if everyone could actually like take this and actually like, you know, kind of like how can you say, like, survive it. I'm not sure, but one thing for certain is not an evil drug, and it won't make you do bad stuff, you know. It'll just make you act a little different, maybe, but that stuff doesn't do anything to you, you know. The only reason why it does stuff to you is because it'll make you paranoid. So you'll be very paranoid. You'll be like, you know what? Why am I feeling this shit that I'm feeling right now? You know? Why am I feeling all this shit that I'm feeling right now? Why am I? You know, why? Why? You just ask yourself why, and you ask yourself why about everything in life. And, you know, if you're not able to handle shit like that, then, you know, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to be... If you're already in a fucked up situation, I say that you don't smoke weed. Like me... When I know I'm in a fucked up situation, I need to be out of there, and I can't be out here smoking weed. You know? And that's some shit that I was like, you know what? I can't be out here, you know, smoking weed all the time, you know? So when I saw that shit was not going my way and shit wasn't going the right way, I was like, you know what? I'm going to start doing what I need to do as, you know, as a human being, more realistically, you know, what everyone expects of me. And to go out there and do that, and then go out there and do what I want to do at the same time, you know, like right after work or whatever, right after school, like go and do what I am good at, and go and do what you know, I can do in life, and go and do that shit, you know, why not? So, that's just some shit, you know. But anyway, you know, what can you say? I'm out here just enjoying everything that's going on, appreciating everything. Because if you don't appreciate stuff, you know, fuck, man. You know, you're not going to know what you have, you know? And not knowing what you have is just as worse as not having it. Because if you don't know what you have, it's just the same as not having it, dude. You don't have it. You don't have it, you're not making the most out of it. And once you know once you know that you're making the most out of something, you know what you're doing, you are going to do the right thing. A lot of the times. I know I'm not I'm not lying right now. I'm not capping. A lot of the shit that you are doing is just gonna fall into place, and a lot of the stuff that you thought that was wrong, you might find out that it's right, or you might find out that it might clarify that it's wrong. A lot of stuff that's gonna happen in life is a mystery. How can I prove that further? And so what I want to do now is just show everyone that it's like a lifestyle. It's like a little lifestyle. And so if you have a lifestyle that you enjoy, kind of like, you enjoy like, being with your friends, and kind of like you enjoy being with like family, and like enjoy work, enjoy, kind of like everything that's going on around you. Like me, I'm the type of person that I would say I enjoy everything that's going on around me, and then people might look at me funny, They'll be like, what does this guy mean, But literally everything that's going on around me, everything that's, I enjoy it. I know that it could be better, but it's under my watch. I have to make sure that it gets better, etc. I have to make sure that I'm the guy that makes things better. If not, like, I can't expect better. So I've already accepted, like, kind of like where I'm at, and kind of like you gotta accept where you're at and accept where you're going. Because if you don't accept what your goals are, if you don't accept what your goals are, then you're never going to accept yourself, because you tend to follow your goals. You're a goal-oriented kind of like a thing, so you kind of go and do stuff. So that's the easiest way to say it, you go and do stuff, just a car alarm going off right here. Yeah. So you kind of go and do stuff, you go and you have a goal, and you go and go there, It's like kind of like a thing that you want to go there to a certain spot, and you go there, So you go and do that, whatever it is that you want to do. So that's just kind of like you as a species, You're kind of like a species that does that kind of stuff, What else can I say? It's like a lot of times we want to, interact with people. How do you know you want to interact? How do you know that you want to be with that certain type of person? Like, that's the type of thing that I tell my friends all the time, Like, okay. Like, you want to be with always want to be with, you want to be with a certain type of person. You want to be with this girl right here, or you want to kick it with her, whatever it is you want to do, you want to hang out with this girl, but like you over here ask your homies, like you over here telling your friends, like, hey, should I kick it with this girl? She's cute, huh? And you kind of want to get their opinion. You kind of want to like ask them, hey, what's going on? Like, should I smash or should I not? It's kind of like, it's a thing where you could do it, and it's like, well, are you gonna do it or not? And so one thing that's gonna happen is that well, a lot of things that happen are not under your control, are not under your watch, so you can't literally blame yourself for what's going on. So you're not under control all the time, so literally if you get cheated on, like, it might not be under your control, it might not be under your control because for whatever reason. But if you get cheated on, literally, so let's say you're someone that gets cheated on, your girl, boy, whatever, a guy or girl, you get cheated on, you literally feel like shit. But that's not because that's not how can I say it? That's not the other person's fault. It's just your fault, Okay, so I got some weed I could roll. You have to go and get some more stuff that I need. Alright, so you're gonna keep up with this podcast. You always gotta keep up for no matter what, you know? Just keep up. And so right now what I've been talking about, some crazy shit. Obviously, I've been talking about some crazy ass shit. But what you wanna do is that you wanna just, you know, take everything how you want it. That's the only way I can say it, you know? Take everything how you want it. Take everything how you... Because literally, if I tell you something, like I said earlier, you're only going to understand like 35% of what's going on everywhere, you know? And so what I tell you, you're only understanding like 35% of what I actually want to tell you about that type of certain thing, you know? And so... right now, you're not actually hearing what I want you to listen about myself, you know? You're actually not hearing that. You're actually just hearing what you want to hear. And so, take it how you want it, you know? But, essentially, how you want to take it is the same way that everyone else is taking it, that everyone feels about it, and everyone thinks that it's the right way, you know? Just know you're not a bad person. You're doing everything the right way. After this, you know, I don't know what might be with your life, you know? I don't know what you might do with your life after you listen to this. Because a lot of times people stick to, you know, people let things stick to them, you know? So if you say something, people might let that stick to them. Where in a way where it's like, you know what, whatever they said, you know, but literally nah, you know, nah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish this podcast, and I'm gonna finish this talk can also, and I'm gonna finish this weed with you. So what you're gonna do is just stay with me. I don't have any sponsors at the moment, but if I did, this would be the time where I would, you know, sponsor things. But at the moment, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to make another podcast so you guys can actually, you know, listen in on this. But I'm going to go and call somebody so you can actually hear this. So tune into the next podcast.